Morning, everyone. My name is Dan Levier. For those of you that don't know me, I'm a 52-year-old father of one, and I've been married for 30 years, and born and raised Winnipegger. I've lived here all my life, and I'm a 26-year member of the Winnipeg Police Service. My story last year, while I was on my way to work one morning on my motorcycle, I was hit head on by an impaired driver and suffered numerous serious injuries and had to be taken to hospital by ambulance, um, where it was learned that I had several serious injuries um, that needed emergency surgery over the course of a couple of days. And I then spent approximately 7 months um, in hospital, Health Sciences Center here in Winnipeg, with going from ward to ward, starting off with nearly a couple of weeks in the ICU or intensive care unit, and then I moved on from ward to ward, depending on what my care needs were and how I was healing and rehabilitating. A lot of these injuries were life-altering injuries, injuries that both temporarily and permanently have altered my body and changed what my physical and mental abilities are. And while in the hospital, while in the rehab ward, um, I had decided to tell my story, and that involves both, of course, all the things that I've seen, been a part of, done over 26 years of uniform, plainclothes, and specialty policing in Winnipeg. Talking also about the collision itself and how those two things um, have combined to really alter um, not not just physically, but also mentally. And I wanted to also talk about um, the physical and mental battles myself and my family have had in dealing with both the WRHA, which is the Winnipeg Regional Health Authority, and also the Manitoba Public Insurance Corporation, or MPIC, the motor vehicle insurer um, that we have in the province that I was a protected person of or insured person of at the time of the collision, and how those things combined with all the physical and mental aspects of my rehabilitation have made life challenging for myself and my family. And another aspect of the story is the offender um, and the court process um, involved and how that affected myself and my family. So really, it's so much of it is, of course, mental health stuff, both on the job and off the job. And the goal of this is not just to tell people about my healing journey, but to share all aspects of everything that I saw as a cop, how it affected me, everything that we, as all first responders, firefighters, paramedics, and police officers, suffer and go through, and the toll it takes on all of us. And I felt that sharing what my story was, um, if it helped one person who was going through hard times, whether that be depression or anxiety or feelings or thoughts of suicide, because of course it's difficult to just share or relate to someone who's been through such a horrific, near life-ending accident. But what I hold in common with a lot of first responders, my generation, in the late 1990s, and to the ones that are cops and firefighters and paramedics now, is the things that we see and how they affect us, and then of course how that trickles down and affects our a family, and I felt someone who has been a street cop their whole life would be a true, relatable story for the guys and girls that are out there today, my brothers and sisters, whether or not your stripe is red, yellow, gray, or no stripe at all. If people can have a story of overcoming adversity, um, even though the circumstances may be different, uh, if they have a story that they can relate to, not necessarily just because it's someone that they know, but someone who has worked in um, the murder capital of Canada for years and seen the changes over time in terms of what policing is like, what the job is like, and what it does, and the effects that it has. You know, um, if it can help one person, uh, then I've accomplished an even greater goal um, of rehabilitating my body and my mind. And I'm truly hopeful over time um, as my story progresses. Hopefully, I do a weekly episode, 1 hour or however long, or a few minutes that can help others and can cause discussion. Maybe even down the road, some live YouTube stuff. But if people, not just for the guys and girls that are out there doing it today, but for their family members too, if they can hear what things were like for me, and some of those things are relatable that affected them as family members, or just things that they wondered about. If that helps them understand why we are the way we are, and why we do some of the things that we do, um, then I've accomplished my goal and then some. I care very much about the health and well-being of all frontline first responders, even the ones that I don't know, um, those that have been through hard times, or those who are still suffering, or those who have committed suicide. If it can help their friends and family members understand, um, if it can point them in the direction of help, um, then it'll have all been well worth it. And so I hope that you join me, um, comment on, watch, and if you have questions or concerns or things that you'd like to discuss, respecting everyone's privacy, as I will do too, um, then by all means, fire me a question, send me a video, look me up on Instagram and Facebook by my name. Um, I'm not a mental health professional. I can't give people counseling, but having been through several different areas of counseling um, myself prior to being in the hospital, during the hospital, now afterwards, if I can help by sharing some of the resources I've used or contacted or point people in the right direction, then I will do so um, willingly. Because again, even those that I don't know that are out there doing the jobs now, I love them and I care about them. And I don't want to see another article online or in the news media um, where they've harmed themselves or where they've committed suicide, because it matters to me. And I know that might be a lot to take in and hear, and people are wondering why. Well, then, I suggest that you ask around. If you know me, or if you know people that know me, talk to them, ask questions. And also, I think if you spend enough time chatting with me, or watching the videos, you'll know that what I'm saying is genuine. And I really look forward to doing more videos. And like I said, I want to be there um, for people as much as I can. So hopefully, please have a listen, and um, let me know. If there's some criticism, or whether it be on the technology and how I use it, or the message that I'm delivering. Of course, I'm open to constructive criticism as well. Um, I think one last thing um, that I'd like to end this on is just know that this isn't going to be a channel where I just discuss current or ongoing investigations or give advice about how the police work. I'm not going to knowingly say or do anything that's going to jeopardize investigative techniques or individual officers, um, or somebody's private affairs, be they job related or otherwise. But I do want it to be a constructive place to help people. So if I can give general advice or answer general questions, of course I'm going to do my best to do that. And if I can't get the answer for you, I will do my best to point you in the right direction of someone that will. So remember, if you're a first responder or a family member of a first responder, I love you. And if there's something going on that you think that you need help, get the help that you need. There's a behavioral health unit out there available. There's social work counseling available. There's multiple psychiatric and psychologic help available. There's wonderful organizations like woundedwarriors.ca, which I believe does federal policing, the RCMP, and members of the military. You know, if you're bothered by something, if something's not going on, if you need help, no question is dumb. No topic is not worth discussing. If you're worried about it, seek out the answer and seek out the help that you need or the understanding. Take care, guys, and we'll talk to you soon.